Hey, what's up, you guys? This is your friendly journalism student, Melody Soriano, and I'm back to talk to you about commodification of media. Before I leave, I'm gonna leave you with a question from Walter Benjamin. Have you ever looked at a photo by the eye and have it look at you back? Going back to the question, siguro kung nasa shake, rattle, and roll ka, tumingin ulit sa'yo yung photo. But in reality, the photo does not look back at you because the communication is linear. You are trying to understand the photo, though you can't really fully incapacitate the experience that goes along with it. Why did I ask that question? Walter Benjamin thinks that as we move towards a more advanced medium, as we move towards a more advanced technology, we are slowly losing the collective experience of experience. Wow! Experience! Two times in one sentence. What do I mean by that? Kasi noon, when we get new information, we do it collectively. For instance, may bagong batas or may sinabi yung datu, lahat magtitipon sa plaza tapos may mag-a-announce. O kaya naman kung ninarrate yung isang story, isang folktale, sasabihin ng narrator tapos titingnan ka niya by the eye, titingnan niya yung audience by the eye. Tapos inanarrate niya with his or her own heart yung mga stories na to. So naging collective experience siya. Natututo kayo magsama-sama. Pero ngayong pandemya, mas nakita natin yung effects or doing things remotely by ourselves, informing ourselves by ourselves. Now ngayon, as we do things remotely, there are more things that we sacrifice. For instance, bakit pumupunta ang mga tao sa museum instead of just looking at it through a picture in Google? O kaya bakit pumupunta sila at nagta-travel sa Palawan kung pwede mo naman tignan? Because there are things that media cannot begin to capture. There are things that only we can capture by ourselves, by experiencing it, by being in the moment. What do I mean by being in the moment? Tulad ng folk songs or tulad ng mga live songs na nire-record tapos piniplay natin sa Spotify, iba yung feeling pag nandun tayo sa live concert and nafe-feel natin yung energy ng isa't isa. That's how we get to learn about life. But the thing is, everything is commodified. What do we mean by commodified? Commodification is the transformation of goods, services, ideas, nature, personal information, or people into commodities or objects of trade. Ibig sabihin, nilalagyan siya ng monetary value. In order to commodify something, we have it mass-produced. So this doesn't only happen in media. Actually, nangyayari siya una sa mga products natin. For instance, if you want to mass-produce a pen, gagawin mo, you will try to cut costs so that everyone can have a piece of pen. When we put a monetary value on something, sasabihin natin, ito lang yung halaga mo or ito yung halaga mo. That can work on products, but the experiences or experiences of life is not necessarily or could not necessarily be measured by money. Kaya nga sinasabi nila, the best things in life are the ones that we cannot buy. And the same thing, when we commodify media, we commodify the arts, we also commodify the form of us learning or informing ourselves about life. Pagdating sa art, when a creator is thinking about the audience, about the economics, iisipin niya, I will create something that the audience will like, not something that allows me to express myself and has true artistic value. When it comes to media, we want everyone to have the information. Therefore, we must produce it. Kaya, meron tayong mga binabawasan. Kaya, when we write scripts, we try to make it a point na napaka-compress ng mga information para mapagkasya sa buhay ng mga tao. Which is okay, but It's just supplementary to the things that we should learn about it. Hindi niya nasasabi lahat ng information, kaya tuloy hindi natin naiintindihan masyado. Ngayon, maraming mga tao ang opinionated about politics when in fact the information they have about politics or about the things they want to be opinionated about just comes from the media and not necessarily from their experience. Or meron sigurong iba ng mga may experience, pero mas marami yung mga nagiging echo chambers lang or mga nagvo-voice out lang ng mga uninformed opinions nila. And of course, iba kasi if we read through these concepts, through these ideologies, na pag-aralan natin ng mabuti. That's the difference between the old media and the new media. Noon, those who write political opinions, they write it in form of a book. And hanggang ngayon, nababasa pa rin natin. Which brings us back to commodification. Commodification does not only mass-produce the products we consume, but in time, because we mass-produce everything, the value of our lives and how we see our lives becomes also mass-produced. Ibig sabihin, lahat tayo or karamihan sa atin nagiging workers. We are put to schools to be workers. And that becomes the system, no? Now, before, if you are a worker, if you had to pump water, or kung nag-work ka sa Maynila, noon yung perspective ng mga tao, I have to do this for my village. But now, yung value niya, nagiging all for economic purposes. I'm not saying that money is not important. But there are things that are a lot more deeper than money that we have to reconsider as human beings, or we have to give importance to as human beings. And the problem is we're not giving importance to it because even our lives are a product of commodification. Now that everything is mass-produced and nasa pandemic tayo, we are left with media to understand the concepts of the world. And as the world becomes increasingly interconnected, we also try to understand the things that are happening around the world, in the other side of the world. Meanwhile, we're still trying to understand what's happening in our own communities. It makes us disconnected with reality. Now, we're just digesting the life that we have through our media, through the things that we consume. And that's not only what commodity does or commodification does. We also commodify kasi life. When we talk about life, our jobs or the very thing we do is a purpose for us to strengthen the systems that we are in, to strengthen the capitalistic systems that we are in, which mass produces everything. When we are stressed about work, we're thinking about, I have to make money in order to have a livable life. And then, nasa stress ka sa work. And then, the thing that you'll do is you'll consume media. But the media is mass-produced to tailor-fit the stress audiences they have. So, puro entertainment na lang yung nangyayari. And we no longer have that artistic value. We no longer have that in-depth conversation about how things are and should be. With commodification, we don't just commodify the things that we consume, which is media and how we understand the world. We also commodify how we look at life. And we commodify ourselves. So, nangyayari ngayon since the media or social media makes us want to exchange things. We take selfies and we post it online waiting for the response of other people. And ang nangyayari, we become products ourselves. Bale, ang nangyayari, it's like technology advanced, but the way we understand life did not. We are advocating for commodification of our life. And now what am I saying? Why am I saying this? Maybe it's high time for us to reflect and look back on what we think is valuable, how we present ourselves. I'm not saying we should cut media altogether, cut social media, diba? Uso yan ngayon. But the thing is, we have to add another layer while looking at media. Okay, this is the truth of the society, but it's not necessarily my truth. It's not necessarily what's happening with me. So I have to understand that this is my community, this is what media presents. Where is the synthesis? And next, you have to doubt. You have to doubt everything that media presents. But in order to doubt, you have to believe first. You have to know first what are your standards of belief in order for you to doubt the thing that media presents. And lastly, you should have the will to doubt. Will to doubt what is the truth in your community, what it is that the media presents, because everything has its lapses. Even the things I tell you, hindi siya perfect. But then, if you are able to doubt these things and compare them with one another, maybe you'll get closer to the truth. Maybe you'll get closer to understanding what life really means. And of course, there's no one puzzle piece for everyone. We should know that experience is life's greatest teacher, and you have to start experiencing life now. Even in a pandemic, life goes on. There are new opportunities of experience. I'm telling you, or I'm asking you to enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed Dose of Truth for today.